because the Electoral Commission says it is counting on the outcome of the ongoing investigations into the Ejisu By-Election alleged bribery of 2 of its staff to reform its approach to such exercises in the future. The police and the Office of the Special Prosecutor are investigating Member of Parliament for Kwadaso, Professor Kingsley Yako, and 2 officials of the EC for alleged bribery. The MP was caught on camera giving the EC staff an envelope which he later confirmed contained money meant for lunch. Well, the Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Dr. Sribo Kweko, tells Joy News they are fully in support of the probe.
At the time that I was, incidentally, I was the one who, the journalist, followed to that center.
Right.
So according to him, it was just about 5 minutes after I have left that the incident took place. Now, at the time that so immediately he came to me, and I got the opportunity to watch the video. And if you look at the video at that time, you read that it was dropped onto the table. You did not see our officers picking it. So I said that we should not be in a hurry to judge, because at that time, when it was put on the table, did they pick it or they did not? If they picked it, what was the content? We didn't know all these things. So we said, okay, let's go and replace them. And you know, one in the heat of election, anything that you do, it attracts attention. So let's replace them. Let's finish with the election, then we'll investigate the matter. It was later that we got to know that when our regional editor went, that they said that when it was dropped, they took it. And they said it was money for lunch.
And you told the public that also?
Exactly. So I don't know, at that time that I was speaking, and to be frank with you, if I look at the video, it's difficult for you at that time to know whether it was an envelope, whether it was a handkerchief. You couldn't just draw. So I said that it will be investigated. So we should not be in a hurry. Because sitting here, I would have been happier if they did not pick the envelope. Right? The hand was stretched. They didn't receive it. It was dropped. So if at that time they had not picked it, the man had gone for his own envelope, commission would have been exonerated. But it followed at later, they went and took it. So that's what it is. So at that time that I was making my statement, I said, don't preempt the investigation and let us know what has transpired. So now we know the story, and that was the election was held on Tuesday when they passed at the office, and I went and met the OSP people there, interrogating our people. So it means that the interrogation is going on. So personally, I'm not happy with the way we are discussing issues and that. If when you do that, people will begin to change their statement and other things. So at the end of the day, you may not get to the root of the issue. That's why we were thinking that we should have allowed the professional people to handle it instead of come out with our judgments and the rest.
Right.
So it is upon the strength of that.
Well, the NPP Director of Communications, Richard Ahiaba, says the party did not sanction any such move.
This is our constituency to win. And so we invested considerably for purposes of winning the election. Now, I don't see the place where we would have done all that work only to want to use money to induce people's votes. What I know may in some cases be considered will be, transportation, providing transport to bring people back and forth, especially the aged. But that is not what is being published on social media to have happened. But these monies that people are saying, I don't think that the party had any plans to do that. The party didn't organize anything to do that. Now, if individuals did that out of their own volition, that is not sanctioned. The track record of our party. We believe in one man, one vote. So any facilitation that will go against the proper conduct of election, I don't think that the party will sanction. And so to the extent that these things remain social media,
not social media,
evidence.
Our reporters actually captured the voters.
Yes, I'm saying that, but then they didn't say Richard gave it to me, right? They say somebody gave it to them. Who is that person? We don't know who. And it could well be these people posturing, because this political environment is festered with all sorts of machinations. So individuals could come out from the woodwork and do this and go and take this camera. I can tell you that similar things happen in Asinov where people are saying, we're flashing money up.
They pointed to someone in a white vehicle who is a government official.
Okay, well, the police should find out who the person is, and then we can begin to have a substantive conversation. Otherwise, what this is before us is speculation, and I can tell you that people are capable of putting this up.
But a member of NDC's legal team, Abraham Amaliba, says the NPP cannot escape blame in the bribery scandal.
The results from the Ejisu By-Election is a clear indication that Ghanaians are tired of the NPP. Because Ejisu is not just a stronghold, it's a super stronghold. And what I mean by that is, within a stronghold, there are areas which are like no-go areas, and Ejisu is one of them. Now, the independent candidate never campaigned as MPP. In fact, there's a video clip of Baumia saying that the NDC is behind the independent candidate. The president, when he went there, said that the independent candidate, he cannot work with the independent candidate, and that independent candidates cannot come to him for projects. Never mind, that was another loose talk by the president, because he's lucky today, it's not the one subject matter. But
the independent candidate was pointing to roles that he had done when he was a minister and MP. The president also said, nobody is able to bring road construction if I don't sign that contract. So don't let him take credit for it.
Yes, and he said that he can't work with independent candidates. My point about the president's conduct is that it is becoming clear that he does not live by his oath to do good to all manner of persons. For him, you must be a party person to benefit from the country's resources. But that's not the point. The point is about the independent candidate who never campaigned on the ticket of the MPP, as Ihagba is saying. He campaigned on his credibility. Whereas the MPP descended in that constituency with national security, every government official was at the place. Nonetheless, you struggle to win. So it's a clear indication that the people of this country are no longer going to be hoodwinked by your machinations. But the vote buying, I saw three things. I saw three types of vote buying. The first one has to do with money that is distributed to, those who were there to vote, the voters. That's the first one. The second one is money distributed to election officers, as you saw in the video.
There's evidence of only one instance.
We can't tell, because that's what we capture. Indeed, this would have gone unnoticed, but for your cameraman who unconscious, because he was not also capturing that incident.
That's right.
But so we can't tell. Then the third one is distribution of the desperation that has now caught up with the MPP, such that apart from now inducing voters with money, we are beginning to induce voters with
Can this be believable?
It cannot. It cannot. And
that a party will be distributing weed.
Yes.
Is it believable? Would you like to project that further?
I would want to understand it from the perspective of those who were interviewed. There was this old lady, which your cameraman captured, saying that money was added to the and packed. So when it was given to the young man thought that money was all throughout to the bottom of the envelope, not knowing the money was just up. And so when they took it off, they saw the weed. That's what our desperate MPP is getting all of us to. This is condemnable. And
from where you sit, does that not give you an indication somewhat that this may have been contrived to destroy the reputation of the process, and that the NPP will not be involved in doing such a thing? Distributing weed?
How many days after the elections now? Has the NPP distanced itself from it? Have they issued a statement? Have they issued a statement even condemning the actions of their MP? Have they? They've not done that. So, if you've not done all this to distance yourself from all these ills, whom else do we have to attribute these ills to?